Good morning, sixth graders. I am choosing not to put the text on this. Whoops, hold on. I have some music playing here. All right. I am choosing not to put the text on the screen because I want to make sure that you are following along on your paper. Make sure that you're on the second page in the packet to document 2, Egyptian wooden plow pulled by domesticated animals. Follow along. Plowing with just human arm strength was better than not plowing at all, but it was still not very efficient. Efficient means to get it done quickly. Those plows certainly had room for improvement. The plows were so light that they were not able to dig deep into the ground. What's more, the plows ran on nothing more than human arm strength. Paragraph 2. All that changed in 2000 BC, so that was 2000 years before the birth of Christ, when the Egyptians first hooked their plows to domesticated oxen. So if you look to the right, there's an image of an ancient Egyptian plow, and oxen is that type of animal. So now these plows were pulled not by human arm strength, but by these oxen. Keep reading. Early designs were connected to the horns of cattle is like cows, but proved to interfere with the animal's ability to breathe. Later versions incorporated a system of straps and were much more effective. The animals had more strength than humans and could pull the plow farther and more quickly than humans ever could. So now stop and jot the central idea of what you just read. Unpause this when you're done. Okay, now restate and answer. How did the Egyptian plow help farmers grow more food? Make sure you restate, then give your answer, and circle yes once you've done that to make sure, like a yes in that little box to double check your answer. Then unpause. Now this evidence box, this is your G in rage for give evidence. Copy a quote from the paragraph to prove your answer. So make sure it's in quotation marks and you say what paragraph you found it. Also, make sure you introduce your quote, one of those expressions that says, in document 2 it states, or I know this because in the text it says, something like that before your quote in quotation marks. Then unpause and keep going. Last box, E, explain. Why did this make it easier to grow more food? So now take a couple sentences and in your own words, answer in a complete sentence and it just explain how this made it easier to grow more food. When you're done, go to the next page, final document. Document 3, Chinese iron plow. Paragraph 1. The first known iron plow was discovered in the Henan province of China and dates back to between 100 and 300 BC. The cast iron plow was a marked improvement over old wooden plows. While iron was heavier than wood, it was also much stronger. So it could dig deeper into soil than even a wooden plow couldn't have softened. The invention of the iron plow allowed farmers to cultivate, so make or plant, many more crops than what would have been possible with a wooden plow. So now stop and jot the central idea or a one-sentence summary of that document. When you're done, unpause. So now restate and answer this question. Here's your R and your A in the rage. How did the Chinese plow help farmers grow more food? Once you've done your R and your A, make sure you circle yes in that little box to show me that you know you've restated it properly. Now, the next box is evidence. This is your G in rage. Give evidence. Copy a quote from the paragraph to prove your answer. Again, make sure you introduce the quote with a saying like based on document 3 or in the text it says something like that. Then evidence in quotation marks and what paragraph it's in. Then unpause and move on to the next one. E, explain. This is the E in your rage. Why did this make it easier to grow more food? So now in your own words, take a couple of sentences and just explain why did this make it so much easier? Make sure that you flip to the back page when you are done. On the back page, it says you get +1 on your paycheck if you double-checked your answers by circling yes in each box. So I want you to go back through all those boxes. Don't just circle yes. Make sure that you really read what it asks, and then circle yes because it shows, okay, I did this little thing that each answer requires. And then also, if you have time, you will get +1 on your paycheck if you go back and circle in the passages any vocabulary words that we've gone over in social studies. So for example, on the first page in document 1, you should circle hunter-gatherers because that's definitely a phrase or a term that we have learned in social studies so far. When you're done with this, just close this up and take out your independent reading book.